Back in Orlando, Clippers lead by 11 after the first 2 quarters of play. Paul George really powering the way with 13 points, and we heard how great he has looked, how healthy he has felt. He said it's the first time during this quarantine, during this hiatus, it's the first time all year that he hasn't had to do a full shoulder warm-up. And this was only a couple weeks ago. So imagine a guy that's been averaging 21 points per game, shooting the ball 43% from the floor, 40% from 3. At one point was making 4 out of 10 threes per game. Is finally healthy. So after all of those already accolades this year, the Clippers are 14-2 this year when PG makes 4 or more threes, and he's made 6 or more threes on several occasions. Has already set the franchise record on a number of categories, including making 6 3-pointers or more in a game, which he has done at least 7 times this year. That's the most such amount in franchise history. So an impressive start to the restart for PG-13 and for the Clippers in that second quarter in particular, outscoring Orlando 32-16 to lead 53-42. No Eagle here with you on the Clippers Radio Network and on Fox Sports West Prime Ticket. We want to welcome all of our viewers and all of our listeners all across America as we get set for NBA basketball, the first scrimmage in the restart on the campus of Disney World. Now it's time for the second half of the game, brought to you by Clippers Court Vision, powered by AWS. Clippers Court Vision revolutionizes the way you watch sports and puts fans in control. You can catch the Clippers Court Vision stream of every game through the Fox Sports app. For more information, visit ClippersCourtVision.com today. Not to mention, no matter what life throws your way, you can count on Mercury Insurance to protect your home, auto, and business. And here's the best part. You could end up saving a few $100 too. Get started today with a fast free quote at MercuryInsurance.com. No Patrick Beverley, no Landry Shamet, no Ivica Zubac, no Montrezl Harrell in that first half, especially in that second quarter. No problem. Lou Williams really started by picking up the slack off the bench, and Lou has been active both on and off the court really throughout his whole career. There's that great story about when he was being held up at gunpoint and he convinced the person to instead have a meal at McDonald's nearby, and the guy decided, look, I got too much respect for you, Lou. That was when he was playing in Philly. His daughter earlier this year put together a whole package for homeless people and resources and whatnot, and earlier in the week, in a couple of weeks, over the last month or so, he's donated $25,000 for bonds of those who were arrested during protests in Atlanta. We start the second half, and Aaron Gordon, moving from right to left for Orlando in the dark uniform, pulls up at the left elbow and knocks down the jumper immediately to make it 53-44, 30 seconds in. Leonard controls straight away the bounce pass just inside the arc for PG-13. Moral of the story is Lou Williams, great guy both as a player and as a person, as Leonard driving kick, finds Toots in the far side corner, and he connects on another 3. The Clippers now up by 12, 56-44, just about a minute into the second half, and Jackson with 9 points on 4-6 shooting. Vucevic hands it off for Ennis on the right wing. Bounce pass on a pocket pass right back to Vucevic, who puts it up with the left hand and rolls around the rim and in. So Vucevic, 2 more points to make it 56-46. Clippers by 10. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Noah, top of the key, handed off for George. George was the star of that first half. Down the middle of the lane. Bounce pass. Howdy for Joakim Noah. He just wrapped it around Nikola Vucevic, and Noah was there to do the rest. 58-46. Paul George is absolutely locked in the first scrimmage in Orlando. Right to left, here comes Orlando, and Augustine's going to draw a foul on the floor on Reggie Jackson. He did try to put it up all in one motion, but the foul is going to be called before the shot, and George has been really tremendous thus far, passing the ball very well. He found Kawhi Leonard on a great ball reversal early in that first half, and then the drive and dish to Joakim Noah, his newest teammate. Gordon will inbound near sideline, 18 on the shot clock. Vucevic swinging around the right wing, drive and kick from Fournier to Ennis, down inside the paint with a right-handed dribble, Ennis with a jump stop and a powerful finish with a left hand off the glass. 58-48, Clippers by 10, 8.5 to go in third quarter. Leonard walks it across the timeline from left to right, wearing that white top, white bottom home uniform for the Clippers. He will use his last name on the back of his jersey. All the players do have the decision to make if they want to have a message on the back of their jersey instead of their name, as Morris gets open in the far side corner, but misses the open 3 ball short. The weak side rebound to Gordon. Aaron Gordon with his fifth board of the game as he drives down the middle of the paint, kick it out to the far side corner, swing it around right wing three. It's Fournier, and it's long, and it'll be off the top of the backboard, and ricochets into the hands of Reggie Jackson. 7:50 to go, third quarter. Clippers by 10, 58-48 as George holds it on his left hip, swings it around into his right side, crosses over. He lost the initial defender of Gordon, puts it up on the right hand and puts it in. Paul George stuck on automatic in Orlando, gives the Clippers a 60-48 lead as the 8-footer goes down. He's got 15 points on 5 of 11 shooting. Vucevic, nobody picked up the ball as he took it from the left wing all the way to the bucket and lays it in with a finger roll right-hander. 60-50, Clippers by 10. George pulls up for the right wing three, missed it short. Uncontested rebound, volleyball tap from Vucevic to Ennis, and now Orlando eat business from right to left. 7:14 to go, third quarter. Augustine with a driving kick. Ball fake from Fournier. He hooks a pass to the cutter, Ennis. Extra feed to the right block, Vucevic. Back outside of the right wing, it is Gordon. Vucevic relocates and spots up and knocks down a far side corner. Off the feed from Gordon. So Vucevic starting pretty well here in this third quarter. Now he's up to 18 points, 8 boards for the game. 8 of 11 shooting, 2 of 4 from deep. 60-53 lead for the Clippers with 6:45 to go in the third quarter. Leonard holds out the NBA logo at midcourt. Over the head pass, left to right across the timeline. Like ball movement back outside. Corner, three from the near side. And Morris rattles it home. Tic-tac-toe to Marcus Morris, and he leads by 10. The Clippers do. 63-53 with 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Augustine on the left wing, swinging around the right side. Gordon. Defensively by Reggie Jackson. The Clippers lead 63-53 with a timeout on the floor. 6:24 to go in the third quarter from Orlando on the Clippers Broadcast Network. Moving it successfully thus far today. They've got 16 assists on 23 field goals, and usually when they do pass the ball at that success level, 25 or more assists in a game this year, they are 24-3 on the season. So tremendous stuff thus far from the Clippers, and we'll see if they can continue up by 10, 63-53 with 6:10 to play in the third quarter. Here's Leonard on the right wing, gets a screen from Green, behind the back bounce pass, top of the key three. Green off the back iron, pops up in the air and collected down by DJ Augustine, who's checked in, or still in rather, for the Magic. It is Jermichael Green who is in for the Clippers, in for Joakim Noah as Vucevic misses the three. Long rebound tracked down the short corner near side. Morris hands it off for Leonard, and he will set the offense in motion on the right wing, guarded by Fournier. Between the legs a couple of times. Which way did he go? Leonard, one dribble pull up from the mid-range. No, from 18 feet out. And the rebound battled by Green, but taken by Gordon for the Magic. Up ahead on the lob pass, left wing three from Fournier. He was open, but he missed it. And a long rebound on the far side into the hands of James Ennis. So a fresh 14 now for the Orlando Magic as they will reset the offense with 5:28 to play in the third quarter. Bounce pass and a back down Vucevic. Outside, right wing three. It's Gordon with 2 on the shot clock, and he drains it. Aaron Gordon was just spotting up, and that's a game and an area in his game that's improved. We know how athletic he is, how high he can really get with that bounce, but that three-point shot has looked good, and it has for Paul George as well, who comes off a screen, sets the feet, and hits another one from straight away. So PG-13 showing off that health. He's now got 18 points, and the Clippers lead 66-56. Just under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Vucevic forces a 15-footer and missed it long. Uncontested rebound for the Claw, and here comes Leonard left to right across the timeline. Steps into a three, but blocked from behind by Aaron Gordon. Here come the Magic in transition, and a double dribble as Augustine lost the handle and then tried to pick it up and restart that break. Instead, it's going to go back to the Clippers, as Paul George has just looked spectacular thus far. 18 points in 18 minutes as the Clippers continue that 10-point lead. And George, they're going to say that one actually was on the line, so make it 17 points, and the Clippers by 9, 65-56. 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Leonard dribbling right at the NBA logo, straight away at midcourt. Gets a screen to his left from Green, picks up his dribble at the left wing, finds a cutter off of a screen at the top of the key, but Jackson missed the three on a quick trigger, and the rebound goes to Terrence Ross, who is checked in for James Ennis. Ross with his first board of the game. He's got 6 points, had that three-point free throw as the Clippers get a turnover. Leonard was there to scoop it up, and Leonard will back down. Ross gets the double team against Vucevic, swing it around for Green, who does lose it. Was looking in between Jackson and George, and instead Gordon was there to take it away at the right place, right time. Gordon step back, right wing three. That's a quick trigger from him as well, and Williams is there for the uncontested bad shot rebound. So Williams comes and runs the show the other way and is fouled immediately as he passes midcourt by DJ Augustine.
Orlando foul number 14, DJ Augustine. His second personal, first team foul.
Clippers 8th in the league in pace. Meanwhile, Orlando is the 4th slowest team in the league. As mentioned, they rely on that defense, giving up only 107 points per game, which is 4th best in the league. They also turn it over, second fewest in the league at 12.6 per game. Get it in for Williams, circle around the perimeter. Great ball movement as Leonard is open for a right wing three, and he gets it to go. Tremendous offensive set off of the out-of-bounds decision. And the Clippers convert once again. Leonard now with 9 points. Clippers up 68-56 with 3:40 to go in the third quarter. And the kick ball will keep it with Orlando. So Leonard got it in for Williams. He got off the screen for three, got it to Coffey. Everybody touches the ball, and Leonard finally converts on the right wing three. He is 3 of 6 from downtown. That's a good sign for Clipper fans because Leonard has shot it pretty well overall this season, though he started slow and has picked it up since 36.6% from downtown thus far. Both coaches have talked about actually telling each other what they'd like to work on during these scrimmages. As Gordon gets free, circles around that key and gets down to the right block before he laying it in. 68-58, Clippers still up by 10, 3:26 to go in the third quarter. And a foul was called on the perimeter as Vucevic came out to green Reggie Jackson. So the Clippers keep possession with 2:26 on the clock, as they have dominated this game from the second quarter on. Outscored Orlando 32-16 in that second quarter. Augustine checks out. Michael Carter-Williams in, who is somewhat leading the way, or was at some point in that first half, as he had 8 points in 9 minutes. Magruder is in for the Clippers as well, so setting the floor for LA. Coffey, Magruder, Williams, Green, and Patterson as Williams drives right. His pass ricocheted out of bounds by Gordon, who was on the floor for Orlando with Ross, Vucevic, Fournier, and Michael Carter-Williams. So Ken Birch and Wesley Iwundu. It'll be Iwundu who will check in first.
Checking in for
Birch and Gary Clark as well. Yet to see Melvin Frazier, Vic Law, B.J. Johnson check into the game. No Jonathan Isaac, no Markelle Fultz for Orlando. Both are being held out for injury prevention. Left wing, Williams with a bounce pass straight away. Green missed the three, but the long rebound into the hands of Amir Coffey, who relocates on the near side corner. He'll try a three ball, and that one just missed a little bit wide to the left on the lefty delivery of the rookie out of Minnesota. Rebound of Vucevic, outlet pass to Carter-Williams, who will set up the offense in the far side corner. Met by JaMychal Green on the perimeter. Sam Cassell gets well out of his seat, the assistant for the Clippers, to call out the defensive signal, and Carter-Williams promptly airballs a three from the far side corner. Here come the Clippers, left to right. Williams bouncing off bodies, and Lou Williams, just so tough to contain, banks it in with the right hand. 71-58. The Clippers up by 13 with 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Iwundu controls on the left wing. Kept by Williams, looking to lob it for Gordon. Can't get it to him. Now he does in the short corner. Patterson holding his ground. Here's Williams making a Iwundu as he climbs the imaginary ladder and puts it in with two hands. 71-60. Clippers by 11 with 2:15 to go in the third quarter. Iwundu with his first bucket of the restart. Here's Magruder, top of the key. Magruder did hit that three. The